Hi, I'm Nick Thomas, and welcome to the Super Test Tube Bro Show. Today we have a special interview with the President of FAL Con 2012 happening right here at the EPCC campus at Valle Verde. It's one of the biggest conventions we've ever had here in El Paso, with Timmy B. So, Tim, if you wouldn't mind, I want to ask you a couple questions about the history of the con. How did you come to be the president?
That's actually more or less kind of a funny story. How I became president was I naturally volunteered last year for FAL Con. One of my previous friends was actually doing the convention. This year he couldn't do it, so push came to shove. He decided that he'd hand it over to somebody that he knew could actually do justice to it and actually make it to where it was supposed to be. So he handed me FAL Con.
Alright, so it fell into you and he felt you could have done a better job anyway, so it was all for the better, really?
More or less, yeah, and I barely found out in January that he was going to do it.
So what kind of plans do you have for the convention? Like, are there any attractions you want to stress?
Any attractions? To be honest, there's a few of them that we're actually going to do that are a little bit different. One, we're having Charmy Lay for the first time in El Paso, Texas, which is not anything new than any convention, especially in El Paso, that might have done. But for sure, two different things that no convention's done thus far that I plan on doing is we're bringing in a big name that runs an anime program in Mexico to FAL Con, and we're also bringing the winner from Cosplay House Idol.
All right.
For Latin America, we're bringing him also as well.
Oh, cool. So some kind of international faces.
Exactly. We're bringing in about 3 special guests, and then we're going to have a couple of 2 live bands and 3 live DJs. We're going to host something that's a first for this convention, known as FAL Con Idol. Previous conventions have done it before, but it'll be a little bit different for us.
Is that something like a karaoke contest? Or
Kinda. I've been asked that before.
That's what it sounds like.
It's more or less. It's exactly like American Idol or America's Got Talent. It's basically like that. So if you have a special talent that you know how to do, like you can bend yourself backwards, by all means. If you can sing, like that's more or less what most people are going to be doing.
All right.
So it's something fun like that. I guess the biggest one that I actually do want to promote is we plan on doing for the first time in El Paso what we call the Iron Gauntlet or the Iron Gamer.
Oh, okay. So it's with video games?
Yes. More or less what this is going to be is we're going to hold contestant rounds to figure out exactly who will actually be able to actually participate in this tournament. And it's going to come down to 8 people. So 8 people are going to battle it out to exemplify or show that they are the best gamer in El Paso.
That sounds like fun, actually. All right, so in order to bringing all this to light, what do you think were the biggest obstacles? What were the hardest things to overcome?
With most conventions, as it comes down, more or less getting the people to actually volunteer, getting the people that are really committed and really willing to put them themselves, a lot of
Manpower.
More, not really manpower, but more will to the actual cause to actually make it such a successful convention.
Like they want it to succeed rather than just kind of just be there and fill in some time. All right. So what was the most enjoyable? Something like that, meeting people that actually that shared your passion for this?
Kind of, sort of. The most enjoyable portion that I'm going to actually probably get from this convention is seeing the smiles, seeing the enjoyment that everybody has with this actual convention.
Yeah.
And more or less showing people a different form of convention.
Yeah.
More or less something that we're going to do a little bit different with this convention that no other convention's actually done as of yet is we're going to actually add a little bit more physical activity to our convention. We're going to do a couple of things like dodgeball. We're going to do 2-hand football. We're going to do a couple of games like anime LARPing.
All right.
And, it's just going to be all out fun.
It seems a lot more interactive than the ones I've seen before. Yeah. All right, so you mentioned guests. You said you're going to have some big people coming in, some names that some people might find familiar. And I think that's really it. Is there any contact or any way that people can contact you for any other questions?
Well, for sure. The best way to get in touch with FAL Con or to actually ask questions or anything, of course, is going to be facebook.com/fellowanime lovers.con. Other ways, people can always contact me directly. Most people do. My cell phone number is 915-504-8020. That's always usually the best way to get information or keep in contact. That's more or less about the size of what's going to be about. On a completely different note, for the viewers that are actually watching this, the convention is 2 days. It's May 25th and 26th, which is this Friday and Saturday. The ticket prices are $15 for both days. We are not doing single day passes, but that's going to make more people want to come to both days, hopefully.
A little insane.
We're having plenty of activities going on both days. We're going to showcase a couple of events. The Village, Sardines, like I said, our video game tournaments.
Yeah.
And everybody will get the shot to get autographs from Miss Cherami Lay. Most notably, she is in Penny and Stocking and I can never remember the Silver Gauntlet or something like that. I can never remember the full title to it, but she's Nisox in it. She's Major Hughes' daughter in Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
And she's just quite a bit of character. She's in One Piece. So I think everybody will have a good, fun time with that. And that's about more or less the size of it.
All right. Well, I did have one more thing I wanted to ask about. It's a couple years ago there was an incident where somebody at EPAC, I believe it was, they brought a real sword. And obviously, they had it wrapped up like a toy sword, and then when they pulled it out, one of the security.
It was a real sword. I was actually the one that confiscated that, so I know exactly.
Oh, really?
What
you were there?
Yeah.
So, is there any prohibitions you want to stress?
Thank you for actually stressing that as well. For FAL Con, we do allow cosplay props. Like I stated, props. We will not allow actual replicas in any way, shape, or form. So if you're utilizing real steel that can actually be considered a weapon, we will ask you to remove it from the convention grounds, which is all of EPCC. And obviously, because it is an actual school, we cannot have any kind of firearm props in any way, shape, or form. We're not allowed to have guns in any way, shape, or form because it is a convention and it is an actual school.
Of course. What about alcohol, cigarettes, stuff like that?
Usually I'd find that self-explanatory, but everybody does it. So obviously, because it is a school, once again, you cannot have alcohol on the premises in any way, shape, or form. Smoking, that's something that goes on everywhere. There is designated smoke areas here at EPCC.
Just outside.
Yeah. Again, it's Verde campus, no other campus. Please don't go to Mission del Paso or Rio Grande campus because you will not find us.
All dressed funny, looking for, where's the other people dressed like me? All right, well, thanks a lot for the interview. I really look forward to FAL Con.
Not a problem. We look forward to having you guys there.
All right, thanks. And don't forget to check out our channel, STTV Show, on YouTube. We'll be having other videos and skits up soon. Thanks.